your journey to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, then this video is for you because I want to bring the truth to you. And I'm not speaking from having gotten there already. I'm speaking from the truth of being on the journey and seeing the goal at the end of the tunnel and what it really takes. What I've come to realize is that we sometimes feel like in order for us to get to the 1,000 subscribers, that there's going to be a video that pops off, that there's going to be a video that blows up, because we see it happen for other people and we feel like it happens a lot for other people. But the reality is, the truth is, to getting your 1,000 subscribers is that it's just showing up on a consistent basis. And I know what you're thinking, like, that's so annoying to just tell me to be consistent. But it's not just that simple about being consistent and showing up. It is the information that you learn from being consistent. This is day 17 on showing up live every day for 30 days straight. And this is my day 17. And what I've learned from showing up on YouTube is that if I show up, people will come. And thanks for joining me live here. And if you're on the replay, make sure you hit drop a comment that says replay so I know that you're in here with us. Showing up, it gets easier the more you do it. So the more that I become consistent, the easier it is for me to do it, and the less that I overthink about it. It's now part of my regular schedule to show up on live every day after doing this for 17 days straight. I did not really have like a plan to, like, as far as what time, morning, night. I'm trying different things, and I'm seeing now, after almost 3 weeks, I'm seeing what actually works. And every single time that I go live, I get new subscribers. And if we can just look at consistency like the compound effect on interest that we get on our money, although in the banks it's not that much, it's not the day-to-day growth, it's the weeks-to-weeks growth, and what you see after months over months of just consistently showing up. I, on average, get a couple of hundred people to join my lives, and I'm grateful for the attention. But after each live, I really only get maybe like 3-5 subscribers after each live. But those are the 3 to 5 people that are actually my audience. The rest, they just came to pop in, check out what I had to say, and bounce. And that's totally fine. I'm here to find the next 1,000. And it's not just for monetization on YouTube. It's actually so that I can start creating a real deep impact for an audience that actually needs the help that I have to provide. And so I see a lot of comments down here. I just want to say hi to everybody that's down here. I see Axel, I see Joshua, Amers. Thanks y'all for being here. I'm talking about the journey to 1,000 subscribers. And if you're just joining, I'm not talking about the journey from having 1,000 subscribers. You can look at my subscriber count. I don't have 1,000 subscribers, but what I have learned after showing up for 17 days straight on live is that if you just show up every day, you'll get more subscribers every day. That has been a truth. That has been fact. I look at my analytics, and the facts tell me that every single day, people that are interested in my message show up when I show up. They opt in when I give them the ability to opt in. And so I want to encourage you that instead of feeling like, oh man, not enough people came to watch my video, not enough people came to listen to me, or the people that came to listen to me are butts. They're not nice, they're not talking nice, they're not being nice, they're here to try to chastise you. We'll just ignore them, right? And we'll move on for the people that are actually here for us, for the people that actually want to hear the message, for the people that want to have a positive impact on their life. Because I believe that if you're here and that you're listening, it's because you actually want to impact people and you actually want to do something that matters to you and that matters to other people. It doesn't matter what you sell. It doesn't matter what you're trying to convey. You could be a hairstylist. You can be a influencer for fashion or tech. You can sell your services, whether it's in marketing or business or home services. It doesn't matter what you sell. Whatever you sell helps somebody in some way, and as long as you have a message to market that help to people that actually could benefit from it, that's really all that matters. And the thing is, it takes opening your doors, your online doors for business, for people to walk in, walk out, and decide, are you for them? That's all we want to do every single day with our content, is to allow people the opportunity to walk into our business doors and to determine if they can get something from you or if they can't. And fine for everybody that walks out. Like if we think about some of the biggest department stores that are unfortunately closing down, but Sears before they closed down a lot, Mervyn's, if you know what I mean, if you know, you know, you know, us millennials shopped at Mervyn's, Sears, Macy's, JCPenney's, Montgomery Ward before they closed. Like they have had hundreds of thousands, probably millions of people walk through their doors only to get maybe hundreds of customers a day. It's not about the people that walk through the doors that don't buy and don't stay. It's about the ones that have looked, they have reviewed, and they have determined that what you have is what they need and what you have is what they want. That's all we want to do with our marketing. We're not trying to coerce anybody. We're not trying to convince anybody. We're not trying to beg for attention. Because if you don't want to be here, you can go. Not out of malice, just out of love. Like if you don't want to be here and you don't want to listen to me, and you think I'm capped, bye. Or you can listen to me and get something actually out of it. Because I know what I'm talking about. Number one, I have a marketing degree. Number two, I've actually spent over 7 years and over $15,000 in courses, coaching, and self-learning in order to make sure that what I've learned in school, I can apply digitally and help people with their digital marketing. And then number three, I've actually been doing it. I've actually been testing out. I've actually been seeing what has been working for myself and what hasn't been working. The amount of data, what I have learned from doing has been amazing. And the number one thing that I say is that the consistency helps to bring clarity. It helps to bring clarity on what I should continue to do, and it helps to bring clarity on what I should not do so that I can hit the 1,000 subscribers. Because 1,000 subscribers means that I'm going to have people that are in there that want to be in a deeper community with me, that want to learn more from me, that want to understand how I can further help them in their business, in their marketing, in their strategies, to get more attention, and ultimately to bring in more leads so that they can sell their stuff. That's all we're here for. We're here to sell our stuff, and we're here to impact lives while we do it. Impact the lives of the people that we're selling to, and impact our lives in the process. Because if you have some value to share, then you should be able to get paid to share it, because everybody else does, right? And so I just take a look at here. I don't have anything worth repeating in the comments, so we'll keep on continuing. So I want to encourage you that if you're honest in the things that you're talking about, if you're honest in your message, you know what you're saying is true, you know what you're saying is correct. Don't let anybody tell you that you're not. Don't let anybody try to scare you out of sharing the positive message that you have. Because who are they anyway? Do they really, really know you? I was so scared, so frightened to post. I mean, I would get anxiety in my stomach and say, oh, what if people say that I don't know what I'm talking about? And oh my goodness, what if somebody says something mean about me? I have been called names. You would think I'm a millionaire already. I have been called names. I have people saying that I'm a scam. I'm like, I haven't even tried to sell you nothing. I have people that I'm like, I am offering free information on my lunch while I'm at work, showing up consistently for the people that actually want to learn how to grow. And I'm not talking about hitting millions of subscribers. I'm talking about what I know. And what I know is that if I stay on the path that I've been on, that I'll get to 1,000 subscribers. And what I truly believe is that if you do the same, you will also get to 1,000 subscribers. And let's be honest, we all want that 1,000 subscribers, because it's not just about the notion of being known. It's also about the notion of being that much closer to getting monetized on YouTube. And I'll talk about the watch hours in another video, but I really want to stress and emphasize the importance of the consistency of just showing up and getting the data, the learning from showing up. So a couple things that I've learned is that what I already knew, but seeing it in practice has been amazing, is that your titles really, really matter. Your titles matter because your titles have to appeal to what your audience wants. And if you are using the right titles, you'll attract the right people. If you attract the right people, you'll grow your audience. You get my drift. And so what I noticed is that there was a time where we wanted to put the answer in the title. Like, for instance, how to get 1,000 subscribers. If I would have did that one, I don't know how, which is why I didn't do that. I don't want to say I don't know how. I do know how, but I haven't done it yet. So I don't want to say it coming from a place like I actually did it. I think that talking from truth is always important and not trying to put on facades. I think we've seen a lot of facades and have been tired of the facades and people trying to act like there's somebody they're not, like they've done stuff that they haven't done. And I don't want to do that. But I am on a journey to 1,000 subscribers and want to help my audience to do the same. And I'm sharing the truths that I have recognized for myself doing this journey. So for the past 17 days, I've been going live on YouTube, and every single day, whether I feel like it or whether I don't. And most of those days, I'm not going to lie, I haven't wanted to do it. Like, my kids have been up till almost midnight. I got babies waking up in the middle of the night. So I have a 4-year-old, 4.5-year-old. I have twin 2.5-year-olds. I have all boys, very energetic. And then between taking care of them, like, so occasionally my husband and I get to talk about stuff other than kids, right? Like, I have life beyond YouTube. So when it comes down to showing up, it's like, well, if my baby stayed up, one of my babies stayed up till midnight, and then another wakes up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and then someone else wakes up crying at 6 o'clock in the morning, I still got to get up and go to work no matter how tired I am. And the more that I treat my YouTube journey like my job, where I have to show up in order to be able to pay my bills and help contribute to my family, the more that I reap from what I sow. The more that I get out of it. I'm getting people that are leaving encouraging messages with me, appreciating what I'm sharing. And even though there are some naysayers, I mean, like, I'm just like, why the hate? What's the matter? What's wrong in your life? I hope everything is okay. For you to come and talk to a stranger and say they're a scam or not telling the truth or anything with no context, like, at all. Like, I used to be so scared. Oh my goodness, people are going to say mean things. They are, but why does it matter? It doesn't matter to me. It's literally not my business, because you don't know me, you don't know my values, you don't know the knowledge that I have. Like, I can only explain this much in this amount of time, everything that I have learned in order to get to a position where I can feel comfortable talking to you about digital marketing, about content marketing, about using digital strategies to grow your business online, to grow your personal brand, to grow awareness, get visibility, generate leads. As things that I've been doing for nearly a decade. And I had convinced myself out of it for so long to not talk about the things that I knew, to not talk about the things that I learned, because I felt like I hadn't proven myself worthy enough. I had not gotten enough results in order to share. But the fact of the matter is, I have gotten some results. What I do know how to do is build an email list of people that are interested in my stuff. What I do know how to do is do sales calls where people actually buy my stuff and hire me to do services for them, and hire me to consult for them and to tell them what to do on their marketing journey and for them to actually get results. So whatever it is that you want to do, whatever it is that you want to share, do not let anybody convince you otherwise that you're not capable of doing it. And I don't care if you really don't know a whole bunch about what you're talking about. I just want you to be honest about it and let people come with you through that journey. That's actually why part of my consistency plan is to develop some series to take people through a journey the same way we like to watch TV, the same way that we like to watch our favorite shows, whether it's we say TV, but like YouTube is the new TV, Netflix, Hulu, all of these streaming services that we and have a consistent episodic series where people can come back and get updates. And so I have a couple different ideas, and you can only know if things will work if you actually try. And so I just want to encourage you to try. I want to encourage you to find the courage, because without the courage, you can't get the confidence. You, at some point, have to have courage to say that even if I can't see the path to success, even if I can't see what the outcome is going to look like, even if I can't see where I'm ultimately going to land, that it is worth trying. So I want to encourage you for that. And so I am just dying in these comments here because, let's see. You know what, MK, I'm not sure what you're missing in your life, but I sincerely hope the best for you. For those that are out here going to work, for those that are out here that have a dream to not be a part of the ordinary wake up and go to work line. Not to say there's anything wrong with that. I've been working since before 16, really, but I've been working full time since practically college, and I still work full time now while I'm building my business. I've been in social services for over a decade. I help people and help families get help that they need when they need it, when they literally have nothing and don't have enough food to eat and don't have money to get off the streets if they got evicted, or I've just seen some pretty sad stories over the years, and I do an important job. However, there are some limitations to the growth in social services, as many people might be aware. There are no like humongous promotional steps that you can take unless it's like approved within the budget. You don't have the ability to implement all of your ideas and really be innovative to solve some of the problems that you might see happening, to help some of the processes. You might be able to give some suggestions, but you really can't, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you have a rule book, and I am what I call a habitual rule follower. I like to read policies. Anything that comes through that's like some type of policy or something, my husband hands to me because I'm going to read through it. But all you can do is know what other people want you to know with your job. And all you can say is what your company wants you to say as it pertains to your job. What I appreciate about entrepreneurship is that I get to decide what to say. I get to decide what processes to create and to share. And I get to see how everything works out when I test them, when I test my ideas, when I implement my ideas, my innovation, my creativity. And I get to see the fruits of that labor, and I get to enjoy using my mind in an expanded way without having limitations on how we can do things or not do things, and really just being able to help people in a way that fulfills like my desire for mental capacity, right? Like to use I've always been interested in marketing. Like since a kid, you ask me what I want to do. I want to own a business. I used to want to own a gym, but I actually just really love working out. I used to be an athlete. Some say once an athlete, always an athlete. So I am an athlete. But my point is that whether you're working full time, whether you work in your home for your family, however you contribute to your family is how you contribute. However you want to contribute to other people in your life, you get to decide that. You don't have to wait for validation for other people to tell you that your message is important enough, to tell you that your message is good enough, that your message is accurate enough. Like, what you have to offer is good enough as is, even if what you have to offer is to share your personal experience. Because lived experience, you cannot replace the time, you cannot duplicate that time. That lived experience is yours. That lived experience can only come from you. And so I don't know what it is about today, and it's like all gloomy outside, right? I'm literally on my lunch going live before I still have, I don't know, about 20, 30 minutes left on my lunch. But it all comes back to what you can do to obtain your goal of hitting your 1,000 subscribers. And so I want you to be consistent, but I want you to have a plan. So here are some things that I'm working on to make sure that I get to my 1,000 subscribers. My goal is in the next 6 months, or I said at the latest by June, which is, 6.5 months, or, a week or so, or whatever. Be consistent. I want to, it felt overwhelming before to think, man, to post every day is really overwhelming. But it doesn't feel overwhelming anymore, because I know that all I have to do is just share my message and the right people will be attracted. So number one is just to show up every day, whatever that is. That's a short, a live, a regular video. So show up every single day. And then to actually buy out the time to look at the data to see who's responding to what. Who am I attracting? Am I attracting the right person? Is the title that I use a good title to bring in the right, the right audience, to bring in the right attention? Because what I've noticed, I've had like videos or lives where I've only had like 56 people. I think that was like the lowest that I had, like 56 people watch my live, which is still amazing, because 56 strangers came to listen to me, and I appreciate the attention, because if there were 56 people standing around me right now, that would be a lot of people, and most of us might get a little nerves of talking to them in person. But then the other part is I've also had hundreds of people join my lives. So what's the difference? And this is what I mean by learning from showing up regularly, not just showing up regularly and hoping for the best, but looking at the data and say, okay, I had these titles, and on these titles I had this many people show up, but on this title I had this many people show up. And maybe you talked about similar topics, but because you titled them differently, you had people interested in what you had to say. And I know it's the title and not the thumbnail, because I actually haven't been posting any thumbnails. I plan to change that and just create a live thumbnail poster board, so to speak, that just I can use as a template to just change it very simply. But the idea is just to make content creation very easy. I have admittedly overcomplicated things over time. I have to be able to edit. I might go off on a tangent and people might stop listening. Maybe, but maybe somebody wants to also listen as well. And you just don't know until you show up. And so here's the other part about being consistent in order to get people to want to subscribe, in order to grow your 1,000 subscribers in the next 6 months, if that's your goal. It's not only to just show up consistently, but it's also to have a consistent message. What I've noticed is that some of the messaging that I used in my titles didn't attract the audiences like I thought I was going to attract. But other messaging in my titles have like exponentially increased the amount of people that want to come and listen to my content. And so the only way that I can know that for sure is to try it out. And the more consistent I get with my messaging, then consistently I will increase. Like it's just a numbers game. And I hate to minimize it to something so simple and something so, regular that a lot of people say, but it really is. It's a numbers game. Post more, review more, analyze more, and then do more of what works and do less of what doesn't. It really is that simple. And then there are, of course, some techniques in order to get people to want to stay and buy in and keep giving you the attention, because we want to get the attention, we want to keep the attention, and then we want to convert the attention. But it starts with getting the attention. And to me, the way you get the attention is to start with the words, right? To start with the message. And the message is what you have in the title. And there's different things that you can do, emotional triggers, consumer psychology, there's curiosity, there's all different type of things that you can do. But ultimately, it comes down to the way that people talk about what they want and what they need. And so if you start with that, even if you don't know what to say, even if you're like, what in the world can I actually talk about for 30 days straight to post every single day that people will actually want to listen to? I don't know for sure for you, but I can tell you that if you write out a list and if you try it out, you'll start to know what people want to hear from you about. You'll start to know what people are interested in learning about, and then you can do more from there. I think one of the biggest things about our fears of posting and showing up online is the unknown. But if we can let go of the unknown and not focus on the what if not, what if people don't, what if I can't, what if you can? Hey, just checking down in the comments. Sheldon, hi. Scalping Power, hello. I'm not monetized yet, Scalping Power, to donate. But if you want to come back to this video when I go live, I can drop a link from my Convert Kit. I think that I can receive payments from there. If you want to donate, I appreciate that. People will want to invest in you for sharing the message that you have to offer. And honestly, it really doesn't matter if you mow lawns, or if you fix cars, or if you do hair, or if you sell toys or write books. It's all the same, because whatever you have to offer can change somebody's life. If somebody has a really, really ugly looking lawn and they feel like it would be just overwhelming to try to, renovate the lawn and make it look nice, but you can help them transform it and teach them how to take care of their garden without having to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars or thousands and thousands of dollars on lawn designers that can come out and do landscaping. People will appreciate that. It'd be life-changing for them. Like, literally, there are some people that live in communities that get charged to, if they have a bad lawn, they will get fined. Like some cities, some HOA communities will charge you if your lawn does not look kept up. But some people legitimately don't know how to do it. Some people want to garden and they do not know how to take care of gardens. They don't know how to take care of the tomatoes, right? They don't know how to, they don't know that they should have some serrano peppers to keep some of certain bugs that don't like stuff around. Like, the knowledge that you have to share to help people is so valuable. You're helping people save time, you're helping people save money, you're helping people feel good. And all of that comes through your messaging. And when you show up and provide the message and provide the value through the message, people are going to want to subscribe. And if you keep going, you will get to the 1,000 subscribers. Hello there. I'm in California. It's usually nice weather, even in December, but today it's actually raining. I didn't bring, out of all the days, I don't have my car today. Because I have some family friends that are watching my kids. Daycare's closed this week, and they're watching my kids today. And I left my car so that they can have all the car seats, because who wants to take out 3 car seats and transfer them to another car? Not me. So I was just like, take my car. I'll stay at work all day. What's the worst that can happen? I'll bring my lunch. And it's cold out here, but the light is nice out. So I wanted to come out and do my live. Because tonight, instead of doing my live, I think I want to record some short form and other long form video. I'll be launching my podcast in the near future. I'm gonna put a date on it. I'm gonna put by March 2025 because I'm working on a couple things and I want to get my processes down. But put some deadlines on some stuff, right? And I think that's why I have been able to find some success with going live every day, is that essentially I have a daily deadline. I have a daily deadline to show up for myself when I go live on YouTube. And it keeps me honest, it keeps me on track. And at this point, it's just a regular thing. And the only thing that I'm thinking about each day is not if I'm going to go live like I was thinking early on, like, I just started, I can restart it, not a big deal. But one, I want to keep my word to myself. I have been very dependable in my life for other people to depend on me, but I haven't been so great with being dependable to myself up until now. And every day that I prove to myself that I can show up for myself and I can trust the promises that I make to myself as much as other people can trust the promises that I make to them, it gets easier. And so I wake up and it's not a decision about if I'm going to show up. It's just a matter of how, like when. Am I going to get up early morning? Am I going to do it on my lunchtime? Am I going to do it when I get home while I'm cooking for my kids? Or am I going to wait till they go to sleep? That's the only decision that I'm making. And really, I'm getting into the minutia of creating a schedule on what days I'm going to go early and what days I'm going to do it late, because I will never forget. I heard Sean Cannell, I believe, say it first from Think Media. He says, "What gets scheduled gets done." And I have admittedly steered clear of making schedules, because if I make a schedule, then I have to commit to it. And what if I don't commit to it? Then I'm going to disappoint myself. And I've disappointed myself so much. I don't want to do that. So if I just don't commit to it, then I don't have to feel bad about not doing the thing that I said that I was going to do. I'll just say that I'm not going to do it, right? And so as I show up for myself, I go like, one, it's actually not that hard. It's actually not that hard. Two, I actually feel really good about myself for showing up for myself on a regular basis. So I want to continue with that good feeling. And three, the more that I show up, the more that I learn, and the better that I'm able to communicate, the better that I'm able to show up for my business and show up for others. And then it just gets easier. It gets easier to ignore the crazy comments. Like my husband said, man, I was scrolling through some of your live comments, and he's like, it's some weirdos out there. There's some people that's wild, that say crazy things, that say mean things. And honestly, I didn't think it would be as easy to ignore. And one day maybe somebody might say something that really hurts my feelings, but I had somebody up in my comment that's like, you're a scam. I'm like, scamming what? I'm not asking for money or anything. So I have someone asking me about what my podcast will be about. My podcast will be about marketing. So my podcast is going to be called Marketing in Her Eyes, because it's from my perspective, so her eyes. And my whole business is In Her Eyes, LLC, because everything is from the perspective of you, right? So for me, it's marketing in her eyes, my eyes, because one, a lot of marketing advice has been dominated by masculine sales tactics, which I have not resonated with, which is one of the reasons why it made me feel like I did not want to be in the traditional marketing field after college. And I've always had individual entrepreneurial pursuits. But I used to feel like if I don't do it their way, I can't do it at all. But that's just not true. So sometimes we convince ourselves that the only way to be successful at the thing is to do it the exact way that other people have done it. But maybe you haven't seen someone be successful the way that resonates with you, that aligns with your values and the way that you move in life, right? Your morals, your values, the things that are most important to you. But then also maybe you need to be the first person. That's also a possibility. And so I see here, Mr. HBO says, I'm into real estate and I want a social media presence. Can you help? I absolutely can help. Let's talk about some things that you can do. Let's go through let's go through some basic things, right? So then first we want to have some clarity on your customer. Yes, sure, you could be selling houses, but who are you selling houses to, or who are you selling houses for? What area? If you're in, I think you told me Dallas. Some of the things that I've been studying in social media that have been blowing up with some real estate agents that I've been watching. And shout out to my husband, who I've been telling to do this, and he still hasn't yet, but maybe he'll listen to me, especially if you listen to me and blow up. So go to open houses. Go to open houses and film and talk about the house. And I've seen some short series that says, this is what $550,000 will get you in Dallas, Texas. I've seen this in Leimert Park, Los Angeles, California. This is what $1.2 million will get you in San Fernando Valley, in whatever city it is that you're in. And you start sharing. And that's going to get people that are looking for houses on your algorithm, or interested in buying in that area on your algorithm, because you're talking about the same place and you're talking about the same thing. So your messaging is going to be very consistent, right? We're not going to talk in general about buying homes in Texas. We're going to talk about Dallas, because that's where you're at. Then every single time you go shopping, every single time that you pass a school, every single time that you go to a restaurant, you're going to just maybe either go live, or you're going to do a 2 to 3 minute video, and you're going to talk about why this place is one of the most loved places, why this is one of the best schools, or why the community has some of the great schools, and then you're going to give some facts. And what we're doing is we're hitting on all the different aspects of the emotional pre-sales process to get people primed to want to work with you, and conditioned to believe that they can trust you through the sales process or purchasing process of becoming your customer. So what this would look like, if you have a school that you stop in front of, you might pull your camera up and have the school behind you and say, hey, this school is such and such, and look it up on your phone before you go live or do your video and say, hey, this school has a rating of, it's one of the best schools. Their grades, their grade school level, star testing or whatever they call it these days. I think in California they call it star. I don't know what it is, but the state testing levels, they rate this, they rate this. They're top ranked whatever. And this is one of the schools that's actually in this neighborhood where I sell and help people buy homes. And if you're interested in getting a list of the top 10 listed schools in this area, or the top school districts in a 20-mile radius to Dallas, so not only where you can live, but where your children can get the best public education or private education, whatever you want to do, then comment the word school, and I'll send you the list that I've come up with, so that when you buy your home, you're buying the future of your kids, right? And so here's what we did. We touched on the practicality, the school, right? Because families that are shopping for a home also have to be concerned with school. We're talking about the emotional aspects of wanting our kids to have a great education, and not just wanting to buy a house, but you're out in Timbuktu and 50 miles away from a school that you're going to have to wake up 3 hours early to get them to school on time. And that's just like a pain that nobody really wants to deal with. It's hard enough to get up and get multiple kids ready in the morning, I should know. And people care about their kids and their learning and what their education can bring them in the future. And then you're giving them the tangible resource that they can actually download. Say, hey, I've put 15 hours, or I put 3 hours or 3.5 hours into researching the top 10 schools in this community for you, so you didn't have to do the work. So if you're thinking about buying in this area, and you want to make sure that the schools align with your values and the educational goals you have for your kids, then comment school and I'll give it to you. So we're touching on the practicality of the schools. We're talking on the emotional aspects of what they want in their lives when they're buying a home and their surrounding community. And then we're talking about the tangible thing that you can give them, which is that resource where they're going to now get onto your email list and become a lead, because they're interested in that area because they've already signed up. You get what I'm saying? I hope you get what I'm saying. And so now, instead of saying, hey, join my email list and I'll let you know the next time that there's an opening or an open house in the area, like those emails died out over 10 years ago. People are tired. Like, you can go on Zillow and see what's available, but people want to know the lifestyle that they get around the home that they buy, what's in the community that they have, and what's going to support the life that they want outside of just their home. And so the more that you can appeal to people in a practical way, in an emotional way, and a tangible and transformative way, the more that you're going to be able to use social media in order to build your business. So I hope that was some great information for you, some helpful information for you to start your social media presence to build your real estate business by reaching out to me. I appreciate you, Mr. HBO, that you subscribed. Until next time, if you want to get any of my resources about building a personal brand and how you can use social media and content marketing in order to grow your business in 2025 and beyond, then make sure you hit the link in the description. I have my personal brand profit plan that outlines the process of using content marketing, not just for attention, but actually as a marketing resource to get you the ideal people to watch your content, become a lead, and ultimately convert into being a customer of yours. So, okay, I see Mick Swagger saying that same research can be applied to crime rates, hospital quality, etc. That is my absolute point. So one of the things that I tell my clients, all my clients have to start the same way. You got to give me a list of 20 problems that your audience has to think about when it comes to the products, services, or personal brand aspects that you help with. So in real estate, yes, people want to know, like, what level crime rate, like where do you want to be low on the crime rate list or not at all? And say, hey, did you know that Dallas, Texas is actually 97 out of the top rated cities in the whole United States with almost the lowest crime rate? Like, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you have some great vegan places, I eat a vegan diet, I eat a plant-based diet. Here, if you think that Texas and if Dallas, Texas is all about barbecue, here's 10 vegan shops that can support your plant-based diet if you move to Dallas, Texas. You don't have to feel like it's all barbecue and pork and beef chili over here. And so you have all of these different things that you can create a social media strategy around. And contrary to what a lot of social media strategists say, I do not believe in the typical content pillars. There are two sets of content pillars that you need. The first one is based on the problems that you solve, not if you're being humorous or educational. Like, all your content should be educational in some way. You are bringing information to somebody, which in turn is educational, or myth busting. No. You want your content to be focused on the problems that people have and the different ways that you can get them to see why they have the problem, how they got to the problem, how you're able to solve the problem, and how they can actually use a solution in order to get to the outcome that they want. The other set of content pillars that you need is all about pre-sales. It's mindset. It's mindset marketing, essentially. We want to shift perspective. We want to get emotionally connected. We want to transform the way people think, feel, and see their future. You do that, you don't have to do a whole bunch of selling, because let's take, for instance, the real estate. If somebody even starts off with the idea that I can't afford a house, it doesn't matter if you tell them about those schools. It doesn't matter if you tell them about the crime rates. It doesn't matter if you tell them about the restaurants in the area or the hospital care available or even the job market, if they don't even believe they can afford to buy a house over there. But if you start talking some numbers, if you start giving some practicality to them so that they can say, hey, if you make $80,000 a year, here's how you can afford a house in Dallas, Texas. people are going to start listening up like, oh, I thought I had to be making at least $120,000 in order to do it. Or, you know, if you make, instead of doing videos like, here's what, a $500,000 house will get you, say, here's what a $90,000 salary can get you in Fort Worth, Texas, in Dallas, Texas. Here's what a $50,000 salary can get you with a couple of different scenarios. Maybe somebody's income is only $50,000, but maybe they want to live in the country. Maybe they don't want to, live where there's a lot of people around, and maybe they can get something a little cheaper. Or you can show them how they're able to, maybe get a house in probate. Or if maybe they only have a $50K salary, but they have a big savings. Or they didn't know that they can borrow as a first-time home buyer from their 401k. And they've been saving in their 401k for 15, 18 years. There's so many different ways to get people's attention. It starts with talking about the things they care about. Because they have a goal, and most people feel like they can't reach their goal. Or they feel like their goal is too out of reach for them to try to pursue it, to do it now. Let's see here. I have someone saying that, let's see, am I from USA? Yes, I am. I am from California, but I have family that's everywhere. My mom's from Jamaica, so I have family in Jamaica, Florida, New York, Canada, England, California, where I'm at. I have family all over. So yeah, and then let's see here. Someone said marketing is a scam. I feel like false marketing is a scam. It absolutely is. And I have been scammed by some false marketing where people say one thing in order to get you to spend money, but ultimately what you buy is not what was promised. I don't believe in that. I believe in being honest in all things, like the Bible says, and to do right by people, even when it inconveniences you, when you thought something was going to be one way, and now in order to keep your word, it might inconvenience you. I believe in showing up anyways. I remember one time my husband and I were talking about going to support one of our friends and for something that they were doing, and we figured out that it was going to be like an hour and a half to get there, and like in a lot of LA traffic, and if you know, it sucks. The traffic in LA is not great at all. And we were like, oh man, should we tell them we shouldn't make it? It's like, nope, we said that we were going to show up, so we need to make it happen. And so I believe in letting your yes mean your yes and your no mean your no. And if you have to change it, then it's because like there's just like absolute, like if it's something with a life, there's an emergency, someone's in the hospital or whatever, like you got to go take care of your family or yourself, or sometimes there's just some things that get in the way that make it impossible for us to do what we said we were going to do. But in general, one, if you want to make sure that people always look at you with integrity in your messaging, in your business, is that you better make sure that what you're talking about is true, and you better make sure that you stand in integrity so that people always look at you with integrity and they see integrity from you. And so really, when you're doing your marketing, we want to avoid bro marketing, like, hey, I could get you approved for 2% interest rate on your mortgage when everybody else is getting like 8%. Like, and that's not really true, and you're just using that as a tactic to get them through their door. Or in order to do that, is they have to have like a 9,900 credit score, like a perfect credit score, and like 50% money down on a real estate property, and most people don't have that. Like it's false advertisement. It's literally laws against that. So let's not do that. Let's be honest and let's be truthful and let's have integrity in our messages, and be upstanding people. All right. I lost a message. Hello, you rich? I'm rich in life. I'm not rich financially. I'm not bad off, but I'm rich in life. I work right now. I have a full-time job, and then I also run my business on the side. I have clients that I help, and earn money outside of work as well. I'm not rich, but like we have stuff. We get to go on vacation and stuff, and we worked hard for that. I'm not talking about trying to get rich right now. I'm not going to try to teach you something. I know how to make money. I've been doing it, but I'm not going to try to teach you something that I haven't like fully done. I can say, hey, I can help you make a couple $1,000s online. I can help you do that. I know for a fact that I can help you do that. I'm not going to say that I can help you make $100,000. I haven't done that yet. But I'm very confident that I can help you make your first couple of $100s. I'm very confident in saying that I can help you make your first several $1,000s because I've done it. I've been doing business for a very long time. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. I do not have any opinions. I actually don't vote, and I don't participate in politics. The Bible says to separate yourself from the world and not be of the world. So me and my household, we do not vote in politics. And although I stay abreast about what's going on, I don't actually get involved in it. So ultimately, I think the only politics that matters is that ultimately it's going to be God's kingdom that rules as he intended it to be. So I believe that is the only true hope that we have for the future. So I am going to head out now. My lunch is done. I appreciate you guys for hanging out. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit the link in the description to get your personal brand profit plan. If you want to take the YouTube growth challenge with me and go live for 30 days and see what that can do for your business, your visibility, and your profit for 2025 and beyond, then go ahead and hit that link in the description. I hope you go and share a meaningful marketing message with someone that you can help. Subscribe if you haven't already, if you want to grow your business with content marketing, digital marketing strategies, and personal brand. And I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.